So let's get into one of them live auctions then, huh?
Which one would you like to do first?
I think we're going to do this one first,
All right.
but there's something in here from that which I have to sort of keep from prying eyes because there's something really amazing in this
Can
one.
my eyes pry, or is it just
no.
the chat's eyes?
No.
No, I'm
nobody's
not.
eyes.
Oh, right.
Specialized.
I don't know.
Specialized.
We don't have clearance, Graham.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay.
What kind of
What's
leverage
the-
do
what's
you get
the-
from your eyes?
Hey, Erica, do you know the lot number offhand?
I do not.
Alrighty. Corey's asking for it.
I am not for sale. Well, not me personally. My work
Is
will
it-
go high.
This one?
Yes, that would be the one.
Then it's because these numbers are accurate, right?
170.
Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
All right. Don't look. You'll spoil the surprise.
No, I won't.
I'm back.
Good
Okay.
news, we've
Ooh,
made
what
$1,500
is that, I
in the
wonder?
last
Oh,
Okay, I
minute.
just
Yep.
spilled on
Gross.
myself. I don't know.
Schmutz.
It's schmutz. Okay. Hi. You may recall that I was at one point the only job I've ever actually had, aside from my fabulous job as a teacher at Camosun College.
You drove a forklift.
Oh yes, I did. I did that very badly.
Okay.
Which is why I no longer drive.
One of only three jobs. One of only
One of my
four
three
jobs.
Four,
for five.
seven,
I'll come in again.
8 jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. Was I worked for a multimedia company? Who here is old enough to remember interactive multimedia? No.
The concept
no.
of the company.
Yeah. Was that the name of the company?
No, the company was called Sanctuary Woods.
No, you have no idea how much I remember Sanctuary Woods.
Why?
Because they made the Journeyman Project.
No, they
No, they
didn't.
They produced the second one.
Well,
Did
kind of.
Well, actually,
It's a long story. Anyway.
I played a game with their logo at the beginning.
Yes, well.
Fight me about it.
Okay, then you're really going to love this lot.
Yeah.
they? Okay.
Okay, where was I? Before I so rudely
We're
interrupted.
here. Wow.
I worked there for 2 years. It was very, very cool. The first 5 months were amazing because we were making interactive multimedia. It's back in 1994 or 3 or something like that. 93? Whatever. And nobody knew what interactive multimedia was. And so we were just kind of winging it. And we thought that we were making interactive multimedia games for kids and so on. And that wasn't quite the case. It was actually, I learned a great deal, I have to say. Philosophically, I believe there are no mistakes in life, only good object lessons. And this one was a beaut. And it made me realize that corporate culture and me are like, and that there are things worse than not knowing where the next job was coming from. And that was going into a job where they didn't respect you and you weren't crazy about them either. So I had signed a contract for 2 years. The first 5 months were great, and then I started figuring out what was going on, and then the next 19 were, I was gnawing my leg off. We did do some interesting things, and I produced a series called, oh, wait a minute. Just, no,
Oh, was it? I didn't know what you were looking for.
Relax, it's all good. It's in here somewhere.
Bushy dab.
Oops. Uh-oh. I hope it's in here.
Who's got the gif of my like relaxing soft dab from last night?
I'm just really pleased that we're running that straight into the ground.
What?
Dabbing.
Oh yeah.
What is it anyway?
I mean, it's
It's
already
this.
into the ground.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no,
Well, I thought that was no longer even a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. It's lame and old and over.
Like us.
That's why we're.
Yes.
Ah,
Y'all, by the time we started doing it, like last year, it was already dead and over.
Yep.
No, I saw children dabbing, which means it's still cool.
Oh.
I've had children at Mox in Seattle see me dab to coworkers and ask me to stop.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
okay, so this is the game that I created and produced, which was the awesome adventures of Victor Vector and Yondo. So it was about a time-traveling agent named Victor Vector who was kind of a bit of a... It was kind of like Peabody and Sherman, if you remember that cartoon. And he had a talking dog named Yondo who was much smarter than he was. And then there was another agent named Delta Mode, and we were never sure if she was a white hat or a black hat, you know. And so what's interesting was I was all about story. I want to tell stories, and they were all about games. And so we ended up every time I would try to say, well, let's have a sequence where this happens that develops characters. Like, no, let's have a Frogger game right in the middle of the for no apparent reason. They have to get across the highway, so they have to like dodge cars.
You
and-
were
and
ahead of your
splat.
time. They're trying to do more of that.
I am
now.
so pleased to hear this. So anyway, we produced 4 games altogether. So this lot, you're not going to believe what's in this lot. So this lot includes many things.
Holy moly.
That's
a
a
lot.
lot.
Many, many
That's a
things.
lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. So first of all,
Ooh.
we have the very first game that we did, which is the Vampire's Coffin. And see the incredibly high quality packaging that we have for this.
I got it. I see the box.
You can see the box.
What are those cardboard?
Yep.
1992.
92?
Yeah.
I was 1.
I was.
$60?
Yes!
Yeah, game prices haven't changed that much.
You got a lot of play out of it. Stop whining.
Oh, just FYI, to play this, you'll need
This will be great.
Brace yourself.
you'll need Macintosh,
Okay.
256 colors,
Oh,
system 6.0.7 or later,
Max System 6. Wow.
4 megs of RAM.
4 megs.
Who could possibly need more?
And
Who could afford that?
this is the really important part, a CD-ROM drive.
Yes.
That's actually the most difficult
Yeah.
one
They
these
did
days.
not work all well.
I thought you were going to say 256 megs of RAM.
No.
And colors completely caught me off. I remember that. I remember that, but that caught me off guard.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the first game we produced. It was also now. This is we're gonna find out who the uber geeks are here.
Uh-oh.
All right, who remembers the VIS system? See, dead
Nope.
silence.
Ian?
Dead silence.
There we go.
Ian, anything?
No!
Wow.
Required hardware
Wow.
VIS player. For customer service, call this number. Let's call them. Let's call them.
My favorite part of that is that it's still in the shrink wrap.
Yes, mint,
Like, that's
untouched by human
unopened.
hands.
There could be 90s air inside there.
Oh, let's huff that 90s.
No.
That's
You
not.
sap
Okay,
all the value.
Okay, so you get those 2 games. Here, I'll just pile these announcements left.
What was the VIS? Sorry?
It's like a
The-
multimedia
It
player.
was a multimedia play. It was kind of like what was that other one that was 3DO? Yeah, 3DO. But we were developing for 3DO as
The
well.
Tandy.
There's one.
Yeah, they got
There we go.
The Tandy the Tandy Memorex visual interactive system. They were
That's
only
crazy.
sold at Radio Shack.
Okay, so
savings.
we were doing everything in house up until a certain point where the company did what sadly a lot of Canadian companies do. At our first blush of success, they ran screaming south of the border and got a bunch of Americans to come up and take over the company and basically run it into the ground. So they of course took everything we had done and redid it because they know better. So this is the new box and packaging for their production, which of course you can see they use like every font, every logo, everything. They also rebranded everything as an iVenture. iVenture, right?
Can I
Okay.
see the front?
So do they want to?
That's too many fonts.
Yes, it's
Ken.
too much everything.
What did they
So-
do? What did they do to your child?
Exactly. So there's the game. There's the box. And like I said we did 4 games. So this is the Vampire's Coffin. Oh, sorry. Is that me?
Excuse you.
Try that again.
It's never going to work the second time.
Oh.
Nah, there's
Okay, so that was the
fast food
first
coming
one.
Through.
The second one was the last dinosaur egg.
I bet it was delicious.
It was. It was.
Make a big omelet.
The third one was the hypnotic harp, where he goes back into ancient Rome, and we learn all about Latin, how to speak Latin.
I want to figure out a way to emulate these.
And then finally was the cyberplasm formula.
Excuse me?
We called it, we used to say, the cyborgasm formula? That sounds vulgar. I don't think we should do that.
Cyberplasm?
Okay? So this is the, as much as we did with Victor and Yondo at Sanctuary Woods. However, they later sold the rights to another company called ESX Interactive Media, CD-ROM, Windows and Mac, Victor, Vector, and Yondo, The Last Dinosaur Egg, an interactive comic book adventure for ages 11 and up. If you're 10, don't even look at this. It'll just confuse and upset you. So you get one of those as well. Ta-da!
Just for reference, these boxes have Windows PC specs.
Please.
Wow.
You will need 386 SX or higher, 4 megs of RAM.
Four?
Windows 3.1 or higher, CD-ROM drive. A hard drive stroke mouse. Super VGA 640 by 480 256 colors.
Don't
And a
stroke.
sound card.
A sound
Wait,
card.
hold on. A hard drive / mouse?
Yes.
Why are those on the same bullet
Yeah.
point?
I don't know.
Why are those the same line item,
I
Ian?
don't know.
You've never had a hard drive that's connected to your mouse?
But wait, there's more. Lots more. So I thought, what the heck? Like, just to give some context, here's some other games that we did. Shelley Duvall's It's a Bird's Life.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
She was an absolute delight to work with. We had a big barbecue when she and her boyfriend came up, and I was in
Like the Shelley Duvall we're thinking.
Yes.
the Shelley Duvall.
Okay.
So,
one.
so I was in the kitchen doing something, and Shelley was out there in the dining room with the kids. She was wonderful with kids, and she started doing olive oil. And I'm in the kitchen going, wait a minute, did we invite olive oil to this thing?
Yes,
Oh,
you did.
right, yes, we did. It was lovely. So that's another of their games. We also did.
Does she sing in this one?
I don't think so. We also did Oscar Wilde's The Selfish Giant with illustrations by the amazing Craig Russell.
How was Oscar Wilde with the kids?
Well, yeah, we channeled him.
Okay, all right.
How this wallpaper goes, or I do. I have nothing to declare about my genius. My favorite one is actually apparently when he was standing in the rain outside of Reading Jail, and he said to one of his captors, "If this is how Her Majesty treats her prisoners, she doesn't deserve to have any." We also got the rights to do Ripley's Believe It or Not. So we did. This is the Riddle of Master Lou,
How did they?
which I worked on very briefly.
Can I? What kind of game is this? How did you spin Ripley's Believe It or Not into
You
a?
had to go find, because Ripley was all about finding these artifacts that we put
It's
in
a
his.
point and click.
In his. Did you ever play it?
No, I think I saw bits of it.
Yeah.
We remembered bits
Oh.
and pieces. It's just like,
You're like-
Mr. Ripley.
You
It's
play
really
like
stupid.
you play like an Indiana Jones character.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. But you're Robert Ripley.
Huh. Outwit an evil nemesis.
Now here's it. Oh, by the way, here's another version. This is our. All right, just so you can see how much they screwed this up.
Historically accurate.
Here's our
environment.
original version of the packaging, what we did in house for Shelley Duvall's "It's a Bird's Life,"
Let's go to face
which was done by Andrew Pratt, my colleague there, who just did a magnificent job. And then this is what they did with it. So you can see it's a. Anyway. Oh, by the way, not that I'm ragging on our good friends to the south, but there was a particular kind of executive who, the first thing they did, we were a Mac environment, and a very happy Mac environment. First thing they did was say, Macintosh, forget it! And they literally threw all the apples out and bought PCs, which meant we all cried. And
This is back when that difference meant something.
yeah, it was a big deal. Anyway,
Could you
and
please
then
take
here's-
this back from
thank
me?
You.
Thank you.
And here's the last really fun one we did called Orion Burger,
Yeah.
which is just this really goofy game full of aliens, and I never played it, so I don't know. I had left the company by this point. But it says it's accelerated for a Power Mac, so anybody who has a Power Mac,
Oh.
it'll run really well on it. This one needs 8 megabytes of RAM, and it's not compatible with a RAM doubler. Ian, what's a RAM doubler?
Well, RAM Doubler was a product from Connectix that was released during the early days of the PowerPC systems. What it would do is create sort of a virtual RAM disk on your disk.
Yikes.
And what it did in practice is just slow your computer down to the point of unusability.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wasn't that like that was built into Mac OS at one point? The virtual memory.
Partially, but the Connectix system was a little bit more advanced and actually did work better.
Even though it slowed it down more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now this is for Graham.
Oh.
So he mentioned the Journeyman project,
Yes.
so which was actually created by Presto Studios.
Yes. They were the developers, but Sanctuary was the publisher.
So this is the one that they did themselves, and this is a very special one, which is, there's 2 discs in here. One was from their open house on, what was the date on this? July 30th, this must have been 1992
That's etched
or
onto
93.
the disc.
It's actually etched onto the disc.
Bruh.
And then this
That's
one,
amazing.
this one is a limited edition 50 discs that was signed by all the developers, all the guys
Ooh.
at,
That's really
at Presto
cool.
Studios. So you get both of those.
I love German.
Because we went down and
project.
hung out with those guys in San Diego.
Yeah, they were playing Assassin at the time.
I just remember you and Raymond running around the studio because they had those giant Nerf
Oh, they
like,
had so much.
bazookas and
This
things.
was like the sort of nerd office Nerf war business.
Well, this is what we thought it was going to be like at Sanctuary Woods, because what these guys had done is it was a bunch of nerds, and they had rented a house in just some suburban tract house place, and they just all moved in and just made games, and they were just like all up all night, like just hacking, crunching code and making these amazing games and designing all this cool stuff. And then they sold their souls to Sanctuary Woods. That was the end. And I thought I'd throw in one more, just because I had one more. This is
Here, can I show those? Someone's asking.
Yes.
Can I show those? Yeah, the German project stuff on Kevin. What?
So this
Continue.
is Isaac Asimov's The Ultimate Robot that my old pal Byron Price produced, and the illustration of this were actually done by the late great Ralph McQuarrie.
Whoa!
So you would actually like build robots and do stuff like that. So I thought I would throw this one in just to sweeten that pig a bit. And there's some beautiful illustrations. In here.
Ralph, I made the design for Star Wars.
fine.
Yes,
I don't
Ralph
need to
would
see
not be a
TV.
Star Wars then. So
How about them apples?
I could go on forever, and maybe I will. So we also have. So we've also got. Oh my gosh, we have catalogs of Sanctuary's products. We have their catalog.
We had.
have flying things that
Business cards, I
we have.
think.
Yes, we
Ken
have.
Steacy, art director. Is this your current phone number, Ken?
Maybe.
2 different home addresses.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We moved. We had to keep ahead of our creditors. So we moved. I'm kidding.
Are
Kidding.
these bookmarks? What are these?
Oh yes, those are bookmarks that I created later on. So we have cell sheets. We have cell sheets for Dinosaur Egg. We have this is the original brochure that we did to I think we did one of our initial public offerings that we did this. You see, this is the old logo before I redesigned their logo. So we got a few of those. We also have this. The fanzine, the collector's fabulous first issue, the Vector Connector, and shape the future. Go ahead, fill it out. It says so right here. So send that in. This is all the news, everything you ever want to know about Schmichter, and Schmondo. So we got a bunch of those. You can share with your friends.
Wow,
Oh, here's
that
the
was their old logo.
yes. Isn't that the best?
Man, a CD.
Well, the funny thing was, like, the
Woof.
guy who ran the place, it was complaining that they had to choose a color for something or other, and it was, when people were just starting to use computer graphics, and the designer came back and said, "All right, so you've got 256 million colors, and you chose this one." So here's iNews, which is like our little newsletter about what's going on at Sanctuary Woods. Here's an actual piece of stationery, so you can write a letter to somebody and complain. So there's all that. Thank you. And also, gosh, how much fun is this? The Sanctuary Woods. This is the annual report. So we have the cell sheets. We also have all this really slick stuff with all these numbers and illustrations you've never seen before. And then you can read their balance sheets and see how much money they were losing.
There are people who collect these.
Oh, I know. The burn rate was incredible. So that's this is the 93, I think. And then this is the 92, which is a lot of fun because you can see the cover, we have Victor and Yondo and these pulling. See, isn't this clever? This is Ken being really clever. I always warn my students about that. Don't be clever. And then when you open it up, it goes, swing!
You made a pop-up?
We made a pop-up. And we did portraits of the principals, and here's all our fabulous products. We also had a wonderful thing by Trina Robbins called Hawaii High. So yeah, all kinds of information. Oh, also about all the wonderful gaming systems. And look at that! Look at the old Apple logo.
Awesome.
How cool is that?
The
Okay.
old 3DO logo.
Yes. And something here called MPC. Does that sound at all familiar?
Yeah, see?
We have 3DO, VIS, and MPC. So, anyway. So again, here we can see the balance sheet. And my salary's in there somewhere. And I don't know why, but they put this weird illustration from one of the games of Victor Nyondo, like sailing off into the distance on a log. We'll get to that in a minute, folks. All right, so we got that, and what else have we got?
There's still more.
Well, there actually is. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, so the deal is that I knew that I was going to last. I signed a 2-year contract. I was going to last 2 years and 17 seconds. But I really believed that what we were doing. I really believed in Victor Nyondo. I thought would be a fun thing, for these guys, and they were all coming over. And one of the great blessings of my life has been, Alex and Raymond and all their friends like you guys who would come over, and they would sit on the couch, which was right in front of my computer where I was working, and they would play computer games and video games and so on. And I do remember distinctly one of you saying, "Wouldn't it be cool to do this for a living?" And it's like, ha ha. And guess what he's doing for a living? So yeah, you were prescient. Yes. So I pitched them the idea right before I left. I pitched them the idea of licensing the characters that I had created and doing a 3-issue miniseries of comic. Now this is back in '94, before people just weren't doing that. So they said, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So here is what I did. This is the 3-issue miniseries of the Victor Nyondo comic, which I wrote and illustrated with lots of help from Joan helped with coloring, and DB Veninger helped with coloring, and Steve Layla did some inking and so on. And so I thought, just to make it really extra special, these are two proof copies that we did on a color copier, just to see what the different kind of paper would look like. So there's 2 different kinds of stock. So these are absolutely unique press proofs of the first comic book. Oh, look, here's more of my clever business cards. Oh, by the way, we called the company Fractal Comics. I thought that was really clever. So these are the clever business cards I did, which, as you can see, you can fold them, and they stand up. They also, they poke you and get bent. And so.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not very smart.
Great sales pitch.
You can get these. They also hurt.
Okay, so there's the poster that we did as a kind of a giveaway, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a lot of fun. So I found a few of those. So there we go. And then lo and behold, Applied Arts Magazine, this fantastic Canadian arts magazine, which isn't around anymore. Excuse me. It was for illustrators and designers and so on. They found out what we were doing. And they did a really nice article on me.
Yay!
And there's a bit about Tempest Fugitive, which is another series I created. But they do a really nice article on the awesome adventures of Victor Nyondo. So, and the comic that I did. And again, it's kind of weird, isn't it, that there was a time when this was news, like, oh, people are using computers to make artwork. You would have thought of such a thing.
It's weird, there was a time when there were magazines about computers.
Yes. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah. Somebody said that this generation is the first generation that has never seen a pixel, because all monitors are so high resolution now.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
Yeah. Do you feel old yet?
Ask me again when I need to change this prescription.
All right.
Father,
Okay,
I
so
cannot
there's-
click the book.
I haven't seen
There's
Pixie
that.
for months for different reasons.
So, do you think we should start some bidding? Because there is more, but I thought, it gets cooler as we go along. So I thought I'd give you like all the solid stuff. So that's all of the CD-ROMs,
Chlorine-free
all of the
high-yield
comic books,
pulp.
all of it.
What?
Okay?
There's an ad opposite your article for chlorine-free high-yield pulp.
Yikes.
Okay.
So what do you think?
my
Should
stage
we start some bidding and then like maybe pull out a few other things as we go along?
Sure, that sounds great. How are you doing over there in engineering?
There,
all right.
There, 2 thumbs
dead.
up.
Well, then let's do it then. Let's open up the bidding.
Let's open the bidding.
So if you had to briefly summarize everything you just said,
It would be impossible.
this is the Victor, Vector, and Nyondo
This is the Victor Nyondo
Sanctuary
massive,
Woods.
what? Artichokes?
What?
We already have a bid of $1,024. All right, going once, going twice.
No,
Oh,
no,
no, wait,
$100.
Goldfire.
$1,200 from Dr. Goldfire. Null Cola ship with
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. I love it.
4.
I love it. Okay,
1420, nice from Ika
All right,
over there.
this is the, according to the website, this is the Victor, Vector, and Yondo Big Blowout.
big blowout. Everything you already need to know about Victor Vector.
This is basically everything Sanctuary Woods ever made.
and that I ever made as with Fractal Comics. And unbelievable value.
1,400 and sorry, 1,420.69.
Oh, you were
Nice.
saying. Yay.
I was saying, but now Dr. Goldfire is back with $1,500. Terrible plan with a high bid of $1,600.
Well, let's. What do you say? Can we? If we can make it to 1750, I'll maybe pull out something else.
Oh, hang on.
If we can make it to what?
1750.
1750.
What do you say?
Something else may appear. Well, we're up to
1660. Well, that's pretty good, that's pretty
1661
good.
from Null Cola ship. Well, there you go. Cephas Hero. with
Close enough.
1,700.
Close enough. Okay, so.
Whoa.
Well, there
Oh,
it
there it
is.
is.
Yay.
1750 from Dr. Goldfire.
All right. So what we have here, we have my actual Fractal Comics badge
Oh,
that I
heck.
wore at Comic-Con when we took Victor and Yano down there.
Comic-Con International.
Comic-Con Internet. No, Comic-Con local.
What?
No, sorry. We have a Victor and Yano button. We have a Sanctuary Woods keychain with my logo. And best of all,
Wait, there's two of them.
yes, we have a, and please forgive me, this was back in the day, a his and hers watch set. So we have the, I'm assuming this is supposed to be the men's and this is the ladies, but whatever. So these are actual real watches that you wind up and the hands go round and round.
1850 from Cephas Hero.
Victor and Yondo.
Can I show these off on the
Yes,
close-up?
please do. There we go.
Goodness gracious.
And
I
you-
suspect that was a mistaken bid.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
probably
Oh, yes.
rewind that one.
Yes, we'll rewind that one. We get it, no worries.
Look, two watches.
Holy quartz movie.
Yes, Terrible Plan has said that was a
One extra 8.
1 extra 8.
I guess I assume Corey's dealing with that.
In
Yeah.
steady
Okay.
occur.
Yes,
go.
that has now been reverted back to the
Cool.
1850
Yes.
of Cephas Hero.
So
Thank
Terrible
you,
Plan, if you
Sub-Zero.
wanted to get
We're good.
1888 in there, you're welcome to do so. Meanwhile, over on Kevin, we have these two watches. Logo, timepieces by Infinity, it says on it. Look at the Victor Vector watches, that's so cool.
Okay, if we get to
1896
2000, we'll get to the
Clockwork.
good stuff.
All right,
We're already there.
we got to 1896.
Okay.
So we're at 2000, you said, Ken?
Yeah, I'll start digging out the good stuff.
All right, so 2000, Ken started
This
to
is,
take out the good
this is the
stuff.
The
appetizer.
good stuff.
This
Well,
is-
there's
there it is.
2001.
Yeah.
Come on, you were saying.
A Space Odyssey.
Yes, yes, yes.
2019 from Null Cola Ship.
Yikes. All right, what do we got in here?
Ikimi Kim with 2042.69. Right.
Right.
I'm surprised type doesn't happen more often.
Oh dear. I know what bad is.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I know. Here's the actual logo for the Fractal Comics Company. This is a hand-drawn logo that I did for the company.
That's hand drawn?
Yeah,
That
remember
is
before
hand-drawn.
Illustrator?
That is a photocopy on top, but the lettering there is hand-drawn.
Wow.
Let me see what else we got in here. Oh, I forgot about this. These are actual proofs of the cover of Cyberplasm. So we did two different color schemes. So you get a couple of proofs. Everything will be signed and/or personalized, should you so desire. Thank you.
Actually, Alex, I'll let you handle the.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there's some spicy stuff.
There you go. Oh, wait a minute.
You drop something?
No. Oh, I know.
I am Clockwork in with 2069.69.
Yeah,
Nice.
if we get to
nice,
2100, I'll start really pulling out cool stuff.
Terrible Plan has
Okay.
decided that is correct.
All right.
You gotta set the leadway a little higher there, Ken.
All
Just a
right.
couple hundred more. Not
$50 billion. Okay.
No, we need to go home.
All right. What do we got in here? Let's have a look.
Paper.
Paper.
All you got is
Oh, I know. Look. Here's the actual airbrush logo for The Last Dinosaur Egg.
Ooh.
That's original airbrush artwork. Here is. Oh, this actually isn't by me. This is one piece that isn't by me. This is a background by Den Beauvais, who's an amazing illustrator. An airbrush illustration of one of the backgrounds from the Victor and Yondo games.
Here, I'll.
So that's
wow.
an actual original. I remember we saw that picture of Victor and Yondo on a log. This is the first time I tried to draw that, and I really screwed it up badly and had to redo it. So even I make mistakes.
You've even annotated it. Ugh.
Yes, because it was that bad. So
What's this option, Ken?
Hold on, I think we once again
don't know.
had a typo.
Don't want to know.
Vroom vroom.
Can we see if King Cola?
Oh,
managed
that's
to
right.
do
That's
that?
right. It's the sniffing his butt.
Oh, we finally.
Yes.
we finally
Here's
hit the
another
typo
airbrush
part.
illustration from the Hypnotic Harp. This is an illustration of Nero. That's Nero.
Tasty locks it with a high bid of 2110.
Yay.
The city burns.
Wow, did Nero like historically have such a metal harp?
Yes.
We-
Oh, this is kind of cool. These are the animation drawings that we did for.
Sorry, can we see Kevin for just a second? Look at that. Look at this.
Pretty cool, huh?
Metal AF.
Yeah.
Can we say AF?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so these are the. Now this is so primitive. You know, we actually did had an animator do these animated drawings, and I had to trace them off and color them because all the artwork I thought.
Wait, are these the sprites?
Those are those are the sprites.
I love
forgot
those.
that word.
I love the little doggy run cycle.
Yes, thank you.
With the new high bid null coalition of 2
Yay.
and 22 cents.
These are
Wait, no,
these
I
are the
have an
originals of sprites. This
Those
is
are the
amazing.
originals of sprites. Yes. Here's one more that I left out. This is very cool. This is from the Vampire's Coffin. This is one of the very first pieces of artwork I did. So that's the background of a door that Victor has to open, and here's the hand which went over top and pushed. And the way they made the door open was they simply squashed it. So it looks like, it's like swinging away. It was really cool. So those are both originals. And then here is the working drawing. So whoever gets this can keep the painting and give the working drawing away or something. There you go. All right, let's get some more bidding going on here.
Well,
There is more.
We're up to 22, 27, 77 from
Let's get
Ryan
up to
Shard.
25.
All right, so next is 25.
25.
Okay.
If you'd like to start your own interactive media museum,
You've got it from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, wow.
I like that. You could do worse than this.
This is amazing. Yeah.
Look at this heap. It's so big. Chat is so worried about me. I'm doing fine, chat.
Erica is focused.
I've got a tally.
There it is.
Whoa, there we
60.
go. All right. Okay, so now we're going to transition into the comics. So now we have moved beyond the interactive multimedia. So this is the Last Dinosaur Egg. So this is the first drawing I did for Last Dinosaur Egg, which was going to be the second game of the series. And then here's an overlay that I did for that. There we go.
Wow.
So then from there,
I get this to line up.
we did the comic book series, and what I have here are the roughs for the covers of issue 2 and issue 3. So you actually have the roughs of all 3 covers. This being on TV is a lot of fun. Ken is dating himself because he thinks that this is TV.
I mean, I still say TV all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Suffix
When did Victor become cable?
Oh, you gotta read the comic, man. This is Dark Victor. He gets he gets infected by a virus. Oh, I'm getting it right. Spoilers!
Oh, this is some good stuff.
2560 from Null Cola Ship, the current leading bid in the Ken Steacy Victor
Yes!
sorry, 2587 and 3 cents from
Nice.
Cephas Hero is the current leading bid for the Victor Vector and Yondo Ultimate Blowout.
Yes! And there's more to come.
There's more?
There's more. But wait, there's
And
more.
one more thing, Stacy.
Yes.
2,600.
Let me. All right, well, that sounds good. All right, so here, why not this? You're gonna love this.
Oh boy.
This is the very first drawing I ever did of Victor and Yondo when I was pitching the idea to Sanctuary Woods.
This was the pitch?
This is the pitch. As you can see, I had no clue what a Saint Bernard looked like, which is why I don't know what it looks like.
And this is
It
before
looks like a taper. Is what it looks like.
This is before he got that slim fit spandex suit.
Yes, yes.
Dog that doesn't know it's a dog.
Yes. The reason it was called Sanctuary Woods, by the way, was the principals in the company, the folks who started the company, bred Saint Bernards, and the lineage of their dogs was from a place in Europe called Sanctuary Woods, which is also a famous World War I battle. So how weird is that it all connects somehow?
Wow.
Anyway, so there we go. There's the very first drawing ever of Victor Nyondo, and for some reason I can't remember why, it has Velcro tabs on the back, so you can stick it on your wall.
Probably because it was part of a pitch project, wasn't it?
That was probably it.
Wow.
All right, how are we doing? 26.
26. Are there still other
There are
This
still
is amazing.
a couple more things. Just a few.
And this
just
is,
a few.
to be clear, this is an original.
Yes, that is original painting I did.
That's definitely, whatever this is, he's adorable. He's definitely not a Saint
That's the
Bernard.
thing.
I was gonna say, that is not an original.
Whoa!
that is
Excellent.
The original.
That is the original. That is
26,
it.
62,
That's
and 26 from Null Cola
Yeah.
Ship.
Can I suggest benchmarks of 2,800 and 3,000
it. Deal.
for the next two things
Okay.
that you
Because
add?
there's two more things left.
Okay, so 28 and
amazing
3,000.
His wife keeps bugging him to clean out the garage.
Joke's on you. We don't have a garage.
It's not my.
I mean,
we
really,
did, but it's not my studio.
Really, it's you doing this. 26, 62, and 26 cents from Null Cola Ship, the current high bid for this amazing, just this amazing thing of all this.
Yay!
So there we go, 2,800.
Terrible,
Terrible plan.
2,800. Someone say 28.
Okay.
Someone
so
did.
it was a three-issue. It was a three-issue miniseries. Okay. So I thought, what the heck? Let's have original pages from all three issues.
Whoa.
So these are all two-page spreads. So this is a spread from issue 1, which includes Nikola Tesla.
I'm gonna say.
Yes, who is a character who comes back later on and is very important. So we have all the principal characters
All the
here.
hand lettering.
And yes, thank you for noticing that. This was all inked with a brush, by the way.
What a pain.
Not a brush. No. It's
Man.
good. So that's from issue 1. This is from issue 2, where they go back to Depression era Chicago, and almost get run over by a flivver, by a bunch of
Excuse me,
gangsters. So 2-page spread from issue 2. And then finally a 2-page spread from issue 3, where the mysterious Mr. Tesla makes his return appearance.
I like Buddha as a sound effect. Buddha.
Buddha! It's not Buddha, it's Buddha!
It's very Satorian here.
Alright. Okay, if we can get to $3,000, I will reveal the very last thing that no serious
What
Victor
could it
Nyondo
possibly be?
fractal collector could live without.
Can you give us a hint?
No.
Can you give us
Terrible plan,
half a-
28.50. Null Cola Ship, 28.55 and 82 cents. I don't know why there's such
We're
strange
going
cents
we're
going
going
on,
for
but
$3,000.
I'm not complaining about it.
Because it's a palindrome. 285582.
Oh.
Team order, why?
Well played.
Give me chaos.
Is it a vial or a lock of Yondo's hair?
It's the sound of someone punching a big bag of Buddha.
So Ken,
Yes, hello.
you know what you can do?
What
If
can I
this is
do?
the last thing,
Yes.
you can tease with it and say it will only be included if we achieve 3,000.
Which is where we're at.
Is it?
Yes, we are. It
Well,
goes
that's
in
what I'm saying. But we can
Yeah.
show it off beforehand.
Ah,
Can
yes.
we do that? Do you
Go
think?
for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
See if this will push us into 3.
Alright, it is.
And if
okay.
not, then we'll give Null Cola Ship a going once at 28.55.
It is this rubber band.
That's a big rubber band.
That is the
value,
biggest-
the tremendous value from this rubber band.
It
Erica,
is
make sure
indeed.
you write down giant rubber band.
Oh,
Very
don't
large.
do that.
What is it
is
actually?
almost- Okay, so when we went down to Comic-Con, There's actually one more thing even after this. When we went down to Comic-Con, but I don't have it with me. So we had to do a big display, so we got a booth, and we had banners and so on. So I wanted to make a big splash, and so we made this banner.
Cool.
This is what hangs on the wall above the collection of fractal
This is-
comics.
Exactly, and it also has the
some
Velcro.
This is incredibly thick material. What is this?
It is. Well, this is made from. There's a meteor that crashed, and they harvested the material.
It's very,
Rolled
very
it out.
firm.
It is. It will withstand practically anything.
Sorry, Ken, we're just obscuring your.
That's quite all right.
All right, so that'll go in if we get to $3,000.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I'm going to let go of this and allow you to. Great. In the meantime, let us give Null Cola Ship a going once
Yes.
at $2,855.82. Is Alex ever worried Ken will add him to a lot?
Oh, I thought that
Whoa!
was.
Terrible Plan,
Not that was understood.
2,900 from Terrible Plan, who is still very much in
This
this.
is still not there yet.
No, not there yet.
You
We
got
gotta
some-
get to.
there's
We gotta
some
hit 3.
There's some stuff that I would have framed. I
take it
tell you.
back. Museum. No, if you want to revive,
Yeah,
it's all here.
That's the last item. Is the actual intellectual property rights.
2,930.
Just shift that
Says
right
only
back on.
if Tasty Laksa with $3,000.
Got it.
We are going
Got
to
it.
stay Tasty Laksa with the going once. But I don't necessarily think that Tasty Laksa is going to carry this the whole way home, because there are other people who were still bidding up to the end there.
There's also one more thing.
Okay, what is it?
All right.
And is it going in now, or is there
I'm
another?
gonna have to show you.
Is there another threshold?
Man,
Please.
Oh yes, there should be another threshold. The threshold is like $50 billion. Go.
Okay. That's not a number.
What are you
How many
looking for?
Quatloos is that? I'm looking for the comments. Here we go.
So those are the proofs.
Where's the actual comments?
They're on the very bottom.
Oh, there we go. Good. All right. Now, let's see. Which issue is it in? Yes.
It's Ken's desperately
Ken's
searching.
rummaging here. I'm rummaging. Yes. Okay, so if you can make this out, can we zoom in a bit?
You're giving away a car?
Yes.
What?
Image
Okay,
we're
so-
zooming in on.
This is the Vector Vet. It is a 1959 Corvette that belonged to Brian Benninger, who's the CEO of the company.
Okay.
And so he wanted it decorated. He loved Victor Nando, and he was a huge supporter. We greatly appreciate his support for the most part. So he wanted it decorated. So he commissioned 2 illustrations to be done, one on the hood and one on the trunk. And Dwight Lockhart, who was worked at Sanctuary Woods and was an amazing airbrush artist and pinstripe and so on, actually painted, airbrushed the 2 illustrations I had done onto the car. And Brian drove the car down to San Diego, and that's our booth, as you see. And there's the Fractal logo right there, and so there it is. So I have no idea where the car is now and whether those illustrations are still on it. But years later, I thought, gee, I love that car and I love the illustrations. So I actually bought a 1/18 scale model. It's about this big.
Wait, can we come back to the room?
Took it all apart and modified it so it was exactly like that. And then I made custom decals and put the decals onto the car and put. It also had these like blue pinstripes that sort of had these little flares in the end, so it looked like little,
This big, you
bits of
said?
energy, about that big, 1/18 scale. So years ago, I gifted it to Dwight Lockhart, who had done the actual illustration. So I called him and I said, listen, I'm doing this auction. Would you consider donating it to Desert Bus? And he agreed. Unfortunately, it has not arrived in time to actually show it off, but it is really, really cool.
That's
So
amazing.
it is a metal die cast car. You can actually open the hood and look in. But of course, the cool thing is it has Victor Nyando on the hood and on the trunk. So that is the big last final. So
terrible plan with the. There was another bid in there, but terrible plan with the current high bid of 3060. That's amazing. Wow.
Now,
So what is our
is there
what
a
is our
target for
threshold
that?
for that?
well, I was going to say 3,500, but I don't know. Could that be optimistic? What do you think?
I
think
feel
that's
like
fair.
adding
I don't know.
a
You don't
1/18
have to include it.
scale,
Yeah.
I
like
think so.
die-cast metal.
Yes, one of a
actual
kind
carve-
that I actually like.
The,
I took it apart.
the
stripped it
Vector
down.
Vet, you said it's
The
called?
Vector Vet.
That does
That's-
feel like it needs to go at
That's
least at
cool.
3,500.
That's amazing.
Customized by Ken, one of a kind Stacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ken is now reaching into other people's collections. That's a good point. All
I
right.
figure it's time to pass the torch to.
All right. So,
Locks is out. You saw
fair
that
enough.
go by.
And there will, believe me, there will be no judgment if we do not hit that goal.
Yes.
Because $3,060 is in and of itself already fantastic.
Yes, indeed.
And to Terrible Plan, that will be going once. Going once, the Terrible Plan. There it is. Cool.
Cephas is also out.
Oh,
No worries. Oh, we're gonna wait for a
Sniper,
gotta
take a
wait
shot.
for new music to kick in.
Bottom of the screen.
There we go. All right. Terrible Plan. $3,060. What great music.
yeah, no doubt.
This Cuphead is. Oh, this.
Well, I don't know. It's
We're
been a
going to
while.
say
Should we say
going twice.
Going twice.
Oh!
That's
nice.
nice. Monad
I'll put
Burrito.
this back down.
Very nice. Yeah.
Monad Burrito with $30.99.99.
You sound like Stephen Colbert.
The current, thank you. The current leading bid now. I think we're going to give Monad Burrito
Going once.
the going once.
All right.
I think we have hit the point of, did you get the high bid? You get to go.
Yeah.
Monad Burrito, my old frenemy.
I love it. I love it.
It's so passive aggressive.
Kirk, old friend.
The smack talk from our bidders is always incredible.
See, doesn't it? Sure was. Now the question is Terrible Plan still in it? I think we should all find out together when we give Monad Burrito the going, yeah, okay.
Yes. So let's give Terrible Plan going once, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going once to Terrible Plan for $3,150. We've returned. The ball is now back in Monad and Burrito's court.
Skippity say.
This night.
No!
We are getting there.
Null Cola Ship, who was quiet while people were saying they were no longer in it, is apparently still in it with 3210. Null Cola Ship.
Remember, every single thing there, I will sign. I'll personalize them too, if you so desire.
Don't breathe on it.
Yes. Now remember, if I personalize things and decide to resell it someday, you have to find someone with your name.
It makes it a lot more difficult, yeah.
It's really awkward.
All right, Null Cola Ship, 3210, going once.
Yep.
So on the ball's way back to Monad Burrito's court, Terrible Plan is now also in the same court. This analogy is crumbling wildly.
It's a bizarre quarter.
That sounds like a great name for a band. Crumbling
Crumbling
Analogies.
wildly, yeah.
No, Crumbling
Analogy.
Analogies.
Hey, what's up with the crumbling analogies? We're gonna give Null Cola Ship a going twice.
Whoa!
Oh!
Terrible
Whoa.
Plan with 32, 55, 23.
We're gonna hit 35.
I'm going once
We
for
are
Terrible
so
Plan.
good.
I agree with you.
Whoa! Yes!
How about it going once for Monad Burrito?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
33, 33, 32.
Ooh, the chaos!
Can't let Team Order get away with this.
Yes!
Now we're so close.
Yes!
So
We can
close
do
to
this.
the car going in.
The steering works on this car. You can actually turn the wheel.
I gotta do a lot of like knee stuff during auction time, or else my head gets cut off. All right.
I keep worrying that I'm gonna poke my head on that pretty thing over my head. Ow!
Are our other two bidders still in this? Let's find out when we give Monad Burrito the no.
They are.
Yeah.
33, 44, 55. That's very orderly. If we want to stop team order, then we gotta do something about it. Going once to Null Cola Ship.
I appreciate that figuring out the delay just to always cut you off.
New high
Yeah.
band.
Terrible plan.
Yeah.
3,400 from Terrible
Going
Plan.
once!
We have three bidders who are not backing down, and I love it.
This song is legit. What is this?
Null Cola Ship. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 cents.
I love it. I love it.
Fantastic.
Going once.
Thanks, Jordan. I keep forgetting.
It's all good. You've been talking a lot.
That's okay. I have
You have mystical.
I have
you
a,
have like.
I have a jar of mystical talking
You have
power.
the secret voice.
It's amazing.
Performer. Oh yes! The chaos Monad Burrito going once.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
My favorite chaotic burrito.
Don't forget, there is a $5 minimum increase.
Somebody mentioned Trololo Man.
That's amazing.
Old car.
A brand new old model
Okay.
car.
Let's go on.
Terrible Plan going once, 35.05.
This lot is officially stopped.
I got another whole thing to do.
We put the car in the lot and we're taking all wheels off the auction.
Terrible Plan, 35.05. Going twice.
Oh, I'm getting ready for that big ding.
Is Null Cola Ship still in this? Is Monad Burrito still in this? Monad Burrito's limit was 3,500. They are out. Well
Nice.
played, they say.
Well done.
Gracious in
Thank
defeat.
you,
Thank you,
Monad
Monad Burrito. Is Null Cola Ship still around? I don't know.
Did Matt
but what I
pass
do
the
know
bus again?
is that Terrible Plan has gone once and twice.
What do you say?
Words tumbling out of my head.
Before I do this, so what is the delay from the time that people watch this?
We tell them to watch the chat.
Yeah.
And not
Oh,
the,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Delay's only about 3 seconds.
3
So I
seconds.
think you can take this.
Well, let's
home,
do
Ken.
that. Let's give them the benefit of that. We'll give them 10 seconds. We'll count down 10.
Go for it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Terrible Plan. That was an excellent plan. That was not a terrible plan. That was an excellent plan. All right.
It was a phenomenal plan.
I'm gonna take off my sweater.
Sorry.
Past you here. Start taking all of
Do you want a
this
hand,
away.
Ashley? With all that? No?
No.
Okay. Oh, Ken's gonna come over and.
That goes in. See, this goes. It's amazing how to see it nest.
Yeah, boy.